Hello, I'm 31 now, which means I'm old, very old, and very wise. And so I'm gonna share one more piece of wisdom, what I think is wisdom, to you guys. It's a rant, of course, but I think it's wisdom. I think it's like something that we have to be very, very fucking for real about. And if we are, I think that those who are able to accept this might have a more peaceful time, because it's one of those things that you can't control, and it's really stupid to act like we can. People are gonna talk behind your back, and it's gonna happen, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. And if we're being so fucking for real, I don't believe for one fucking second that there's anyone out there who doesn't talk about people behind their back. Don't fucking play with me. There's this mini trend on TikTok with the audio, the haters anthem. It's the song, it's a new song, and it goes like, I love the way it feels to be a hater. And the way the trend goes is kind of like something to the effect of when somebody that you don't like posts something on their YouTube story, and what you do is you immediately screenshot that shit and send it to your friends or your group chat, whatever. And there's people in the comments like, I would never do that. This makes me feel self-conscious, which, okay, maybe it does make you feel self-conscious, but have you really been unaware all this time that this is a thing that happens? Because I know some of you fucking do it. Are you fucking for real? Do you think you're exempt? No one's exempt, especially when you're putting shit on social media. Like, nobody's exempt from being talked shit about. Nobody's exempt from being talked shit about. Gossip is an evolutionary skill developed for survival. Like, whole marginalized groups probably would not have survived if it wasn't for gossip and talking behind people's back. Okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that happens, and you have got to get over it. You really think that you can control the actions of every single person that you've come across in your life? Get over it. I'm so sorry. But like, and sometimes talking behind somebody's back isn't a bad thing, you know? Because sometimes you're on your fucking bullshit. I think a lot of people have forgotten, you know, that sometimes they can be the one on bullshit, you know? I think that's something that we've forgotten is a possibility. You can't exactly organize a fucking, you can't organize an intervention for somebody that you care about without talking behind their back. You know? Like, that's not something that you can keep them in the loop about. Like, it's along the lines of a surprise party. It's not a fun surprise party, but it is one nonetheless. Like, and it's probably fucking necessary. I've had it done to me, and I've done it to people, and not to people. Like, I've talked behind people's back for the sake of organizing a come to Jesus. That's gonna happen. You're not exempt from that. And I think that the sooner you accept that as something that you can't control, the quicker you can just move on with peace. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like as long as you're doing the best you fucking can, you know, and being the best person that you can be and trying to do as little harm as possible, who the fuck cares what people are saying behind your fucking back? Unless they're people that are like, you know, doing the two-faced shit. That's different. Like, there's different types of talking behind your back, you know? Like, like, you may have done something that caused somebody concern, you know, and they gotta go hash it out with somebody else or run it by somebody else. Be like, is this weird? You don't know why people are talking behind your back all the time, but it's happening, okay? It's happening. And you know what? They have the right to be able to go and do that, just like you do. Just like you do. Because I think that's where my frustration comes from. Is the fact that people act like they don't fucking do it too, and that they're exempt because they don't fucking do it. You're telling me You telling me that you don't see some funky shit go down with somebody that you know or don't know, and you don't go and seek out guidance or counsel or whatever from a friend, or you like or you run the situation by a friend and be like, I saw so-and-so do this, and I don't know about this. Like, that looked fine. That looked a little fishy to me. That looked a little like sketch to me. Am I right or am I right? Like, what do we make of this? What do we fucking make of this? Don't act like you don't fucking do that. Everybody does that. Everybody fucking does that. Stop fucking, don't fucking play. No, don't fucking play. As long as, and like everybody, and that's the thing, like everybody makes mistakes. And we're all trying to figure shit out. And let me tell you, something I've learned in my 31 years of life is that, like you really gotta be more careful with people than you were ever fucking taught. Okay? You've got to be really, really fucking, way more fucking careful with people than you were ever taught to be careful. Or maybe it's a learning lesson and just something that you gotta, you gotta live through. But there's gonna come times when you're trying to figure somebody out and you're gonna have to run that behavior by somebody that you trust. It fucking happens. It happens. Even if you make a mistake and you didn't mean it, guess what? That person still has the right to suss that shit out, talk about it with somebody else, as long as you're doing the best that you can. And the shit that you're doing is like coming from a good place. That's all you can do. All you can do. Because one thing I've definitely learned out here in these fucking streets is that you can be doing the best you can, no matter what, somebody will always find a fucking reason to hate you. Somebody will always find a fucking reason for what you're doing to be wrong. All fucking ways. And they will always find a reason to talk behind your back or twist what you're doing into something that they don't like or some shit like that. You can't control that. You can't control that. You gotta be happy with what you're doing. You gotta be happy with your fucking life. You know? I know people talk behind my back. I know it. I'm sure. For good and for good and for shady fucking reasons. Okay? Cool. I have millions of people that follow me, and I know that they all not saying that it, like, y'all have not chosen the life I've chosen. I'm just gonna say that, I'll put that out there. There's nuance to this topic, of course, but like I have millions of people that fucking follow me. I'm sure like they're looking at my face, looking at my videos, and analyzing the shit, psychoanalyzing, trying to figure out what if there's anything wrong with me, if there's something off about me, shit, this and that, talking shit. I know that they are. I don't fucking care. Who cares? I do care sometimes. I'm very sensitive, but it's not something that I obsess over anymore. And trust me, I have. I'm telling you this because this, like, obsessing about that shit, obsessing about people talking behind your back, that shit has sent me into a spiral before. It's not worth it, especially if there's not as much reason as you might think to worry about that. Now, again, there are fucking situations where this shit is different. Because I have had situations where somebody talking behind my back, like people that spread rumors for the purpose of destroying somebody. I've had that happen. It's part of the reason why I am severely fucking traumatized. I know. And that being a fucking trigger is one of the reasons why I have in the past fallen into this shit of worrying about worrying what everybody says behind my back. It's a normal fucking thing. And it's not always malicious. It's not always malicious. And also, people deserve safe spaces to be able to talk about people. Just like you do. Because I know you fucking do. You don't deserve that more than other fucking people in your life or random, whatever. You don't think I'm talk shit about people with my fucking husband? You don't think people are gonna talk shit? Okay? Take it from someone that knows that a ridiculous amount of people are talking shit. Listen, as long as you are confident that you're doing your fucking best, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And if it's ever brought to your attention that you fucking up, then fix it. Fix it. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. But I think we really need to, like I said, be very fucking for real about this. Babe, people are talking behind your back. It's happening right now. It's always been happening. It's always been happening. There's probably not a moment where it hasn't been happening. And the sooner you let that shit go and just focus on like what the fuck you're doing and like, you know, doing your best and not being a fucking menace. If you're a fucking menace, here's the thing. If you're being a fucking menace to society, then maybe you do have reason to worry that people are talking behind your back outside of other freak fucking things where people are spreading rumors that aren't fucking true. That's a nuanced situation. But outside of these nuanced, freak, awful situations, the sooner you let that go, I think the sooner you can just get the fuck on with life and living. But yeah, be fucking for real.